Good day everyone, this is Miss Jai, and in this lesson we will still talk about the properties of a well-written text. Last time we discussed about organization, but here on let's talk about coherence. In this lesson, let us answer the following questions. What is coherence and what is cohesion? Clarity is a must in writing because as a writer, you are to make sure that your ideas are connected. You can only do this if you have a good grasp of the language. If you do this, then clarity is achieved. It is easier said than done, though. To help you with this, there are quite a few things you need to know to be able to sustain clarity in your writing. Let's start with the basic definitions of these two elements associated with clarity of ideas in writing. We have cohesion, coherence, and cohesion. Now, coherence refers to the interconnection between and among ideas in a text. At the discourse level, this means that all ideas or expressions in the text are clear. This also means that all ideas cohere systematically with each other. Now, coherence in writing refers to how the ideas are logically arranged. It is essential to arrange the body logically in order for your readers to follow what you want to say in your writing. Now, how can we achieve coherence in writing? Consider the following steps. We have, if you are writing the positive and negative points of a topic, discuss the positives before the negatives or vice versa. Do not discuss with interchanging positive and negative because this will confuse the reader. And then, within the paragraph, be sure to discuss only one main point to avoid cluttering the ideas. Then, stick to one topic and finish it first, instead of reverting back to it again and again. And then use what you learned about clustering and outlining. I believe you are familiar with outlining. We already discussed outlining in organization. And to place the related ideas under their respective categories. If one idea is misplaced, then the text is incoherent. Another way to ensure coherence is to observe parallelism. This means that ideas of the same nature must be expressed in the same grammatical structures. This consistency in use of grammatical structure helps you express your ideas clearly. Say, for example, we have verbs to swim, eating, jogging. This is not parallel in form. Now, to make this parallel, you have to use the same verb form. Instead of to swim, you use swimming, eating, and jogging. Now, you have to be consistent in using the verb form for you to be able to achieve parallelism, and at the same time, it will make your text easier to understand, or there is clarity. Clarity is present in your writing. Now, we now know that coherence in writing refers to the smooth transition among the ideas represented in the sentences and paragraphs, facilitated by grammatically correct connections within and among sentences. Now, in cohesion, it refers to the connection of ideas within and among sentences. If there is cohesion, it is expected that coherence will also be achieved. Thus, you need to be acquainted with various cohesive devices you may utilize in writing so you can vary your style and ultimately make sure you attain coherence. Now, how can we achieve cohesion in writing? You can use transitional devices to achieve cohesion. These words or phrases will help you show connections with your sentences. These are used by writers to avoid the pitfalls of introducing abruptly an idea to his or her readers. Let's take a look at the examples of these transitional devices. We have To add similar or related information, we have the following transitions. And then to add contrast or show difference. To compare or show similarity, you may pause this one for better understanding. Aside from that, we also have to provide choices, to show time and sequence, and then to show emphasis. We also have to show example, and lastly to show cause or effect. To end this lesson, let us have a sort of a recap. We now know the difference between coherence and cohesion. We also learned some ways on how we are going to achieve coherence and cohesion. In coherence, we discussed some steps, and we also have to use parallelism to achieve coherence in the text. And then for the cohesion, to achieve clarity or to achieve cohesion in your writing, you have to use transitional devices. So there you go. That's all for our lesson. I hope you learned something from it today. This is your teacher, Teacher Jai. Thank you and see you again.